got that scripture?
Yeah, this is Revelation 9, and start at 15. And the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men.
The third part of men is the sons of the wicked, which is Esau, Edom. Edom being a nation, the so-called white man. He's the third part of men, okay?
And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000.
Right.
And I heard the number. Of them.
Yeah, right. The number of the horsemen, meaning the missiles. Now let's paint the picture. John received the revelation and was told to write it down exactly how he's seen it. So as he's writing it down, he's trying to describe what they are. So he's saying the Lord's armory, because the Lord doesn't come down with a shield and buckler. He uses different type of army. His army is the nuclear missiles. Why? Because the army, what do? They go in and kill things. So this army, he compared it to horsemen. Horsemen travel fast, okay? To slay the third part of men, which is the sons of the wicked, Edom, the so-called white people, okay? And the number of them was 200,000 missile warheads. It might not be a missile itself, but the warheads. It's gonna be 200 million missiles, 200 million warheads. Because with the warheads, they do hurt. And it's gonna go into that.
Verse 17.
Yeah.
And thus I saw the horses in the vision.
Yep.
And them that sat on them, having breastplate of fire and of jacinth and brimstones.
Breastplates of fire, jacinth, and brimstone. Now horses, they might have breastplates on, but you can't put fire and brimstone on a horse. That fire, jacinth, and brimstone is talking about the material they made for the thermonuclear weapons.
Yeah, they ain't talking about something like Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
You know how Ghost Rider's on a motorcycle? Oh, it's like Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
They're not talking about Ghost Rider like he's on a motorcycle with a flaming skull. They're not talking about an actual horse on fire running. Okay?
And then you gotta eliminate, because Horse Rider didn't have metal on it. This said metal jacinth and brimstone. It's talking about the materials they made for the durable nuclear missile. John is writing it down how he's seen it in a vision. So read.
Yeah, breastplate of fire.
Yep. Breastplate of fire. Read.
And of jacinth and brimstone.
Yep.
And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions.
The head of the horses are like the heads of lions. Because the head of a lion is where the lion gets his most power from. Where he devours shit. It's through his teeth. You know?
And of their mouths issue fire and smoke and brimstone.
Now I never seen a lion issue fire out his mouth. Because it's not talking about an actual lion. He's giving a comparison of what he's seen. So out of the head of these things, issue fire out.
They call that part of the missile, the tip, the nose cone. And what's comprised of the nose cone is the warheads.
Warheads,
It says and of their mouths issue fire, smoke and brimstone.
Fire, smoke, and brimstone. Because once they hit ground zero, the nuclear warhead is gonna issue out smoke, fire, and brimstone. Okay, read.
By these three was the third part of men killed.
Yeah, third part, the sons of the wicked. Esau, Edom. Okay?
By the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issue out of their mouth. For their power is in their mouth.
For their power is in their mouth.
It says for their power is in their mouth.
Yeah. And the warhead. The mouth is the warhead. The power relies on the warhead, not the rest of the missile, but the warhead. Because the warhead is what detonates and destroys everything. Okay? So John is giving you a specific detail of what he's seen.
Right, it says for the power is in their mouth.
Yeah.
And in their tails.
Yep.
For their tails was like unto serpents.
Their tails was like unto serpent. Now we get into the meat, the steak of things. Their tail, so John seen it, is flying up. So the tail was like a serpent. What is that? To propel the missile to move. And when you see the missiles going up, they leave behind a trail of smoke, and they go up like this, like a serpent, a snake, like a snake. So John said these things fly like serpents, like snakes, because the missile propel itself, and you see the smoke leave behind. It looks like a serpent, like a snake. Read.
And had heads.
Yep.
And with them they do hurt.
Yes, because they're going to put a lot of people to death. A thermonuclear apocalypse. Okay? Read.
It says, and the rest of the men which was not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of their works of their hands.
Because it's going to be a lot of people that don't get killed by these nuclear missiles. They're going to be neutral war zones. For instance, South America's, I believe that's like a neutral war zone where you can't shoot it. You know what I'm saying? And there's got other parts of the world where the plagues don't completely wipe them out. Because when Japan got hit, it didn't go and spread out and destroy everybody in the east. No, it just specifically concentrated on Japan.
And them ones that ain't gonna repent from the works of their hands. You said, right?
Yeah.
That's talking about them elites, man. You know, the so-called Illuminati, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. You know, Warren Butt Crack, or Buffett, as they call it.
Yep.
They ain't gonna repent from the works of their hands. They ain't gonna repent. What's works of their hands they ain't gonna repent from? The RFID trip. They ain't gonna repent from that. They ain't gonna repent from bringing in martial law. They ain't gonna repent from funding slavery, being the descendants that funded slavery. They ain't gonna repent for the IMF. They ain't gonna repent for the what's the other one called? The World Bank, the Council of 13. They ain't gonna repent for the CFR, the Council on Foreign Relations. They ain't gonna repent from the Trilateral Commission. They ain't gonna repent from UNESCO. They ain't gonna repent from all of the evils that they've done and all the evils that they plan to do and all of the groups that they've created to bring forth evil. They ain't gonna repent. That's why we gotta put them in slavery. We gotta put them in chains. All right? Go ahead.
More to the Bible.
Right, it says, and the rest of the men which was not killed by these plagues.
Because they ain't gonna be killed. Scriptures tell you what? In the book of Job it says, they shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow still shall strike them through. They're gonna flee from the iron weapon. Why? They're gonna flee from the missiles. They're gonna flee from the missiles, man. They ain't gonna be in America in an underground bunker, and the missiles gonna blow up. And it's gonna be the opening scene, the opening credits of Power Rangers, when that bitch is coming out the ground. They ain't gonna come out of a hole. Breathe up. I'm free. They're walking around. It ain't gonna be like that, man.
Hey, most of the elites don't even live in America.
Yeah.
No,
But
none of them
hold
do.
on. It ain't gonna be like that. You're not gonna be in a bunker and you're just gonna come out, come out of a seal. No. And just walk around. It's not gonna be like that. Because any bunkers in America gonna be destroyed. They're gonna be in other countries. They're gonna completely flee America. And the ball's still gonna strike them through, meaning what? It's gonna destroy this society here. But they already flee. They ain't gonna be here. Right.
Yeah, and another thing, America is going to be the only country in this third world battle that's going to be actually completely destroyed. Now the other countries, they're going to get touched, but they're not going to be completely destroyed, and they're going to get built back up. Whereas America is going to be completely destroyed, and no man is going to dwell here again. It says, and the rest of the men which was not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold.
Yeah, because these people in these other countries, the heathens, and even some of our people, after they see that stuff, they still not gonna repent, man. Yeah. Look, when we left Egypt, you still had hard-headed, rebellious niggas. After they seen the terribleness of the Lord and how He destroyed the Egyptians in the ocean, crossing the Red Sea, they still not gonna repent.
What it says? They worship what? Read again.
Right. It says, yet repented not the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver.
They should worship devils. The word devil means what? It comes from the Greek word diabolos, which means deceiver. Because the elites worship devils. All right? They worship devils. They're Rosicrucians, they're Masons, they're alchemists, In the United States of America and throughout the world, there's various different pagan images. There's a lot of corporate logos that are actually based upon ancient pagan symbols. They worship devils. And it said idols too. You got different idols that they have erected in this society, like the Empire State Building. The Empire State Building is actually a phallic symbol. That goes back to the obelisk of ancient Egypt, which represents an uncircumcised erect penis. A tie upside down. If you take a tie, you put it right side up. Down side up. It's an obelisk. It's an obelisk. The Washington Monument is an obelisk. That's why Mike in the 5th chapter, I believe it is, he's going to break down their standing images. So when it says devils and idols, them different pagan images, them different so-called esoteric knowledge of the Illuminati, and their different pagan images and ancient symbols of those devils and demons that the Illuminati worship. That's what they worship, man. That's going to all be brought down. You know?
Right, and it says, and brass and stone and a wood,
Yeah.
which neither
Caesar's one of them too. Cesar Borgia is one of them.
can see, nor hear, nor walk. Neither repented they of their murders.
Yeah, of their murders, like the brother was getting into. They're not gonna repent. They're not gonna repent for the slavery. They're not gonna repent for the killing of innocent people. They're not gonna repent for that, cause they.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother.
How they bombed Libya.
Yeah.
They bombed Libya. You know? They murdered thousands of people in Libya. Oh, Gaddafi's killing his own people. No, you fucking crackers was doing it. Gaddafi wanted to make his own currency. He didn't want to deal with the American dollar. So y'all went over there and y'all bombed him. Alright. Y'all went over there and y'all bombed Muammar Gaddafi. That's what y'all did. Y'all bombed Muammar Gaddafi, right? Then what y'all did was y'all took those weapons and through Benghazi and y'all gave it to the Syrian rebels. That's what the whole Benghazi gate thing was about. Y'all bombed Muammar Gaddafi, raided Libyan armories, took their weapons, right? And you smuggled them